Welcome to the show. 6 days to go. And if you care about the size of your candidates' crowds, then there is much to be impressed about. Last night, Kamala Harris holding an event at the Ellipse in Washington, D.C., more than 75,000 people, real number. The Ellipse at capacity, guests directed to an overflow area on the National Mall. And sort of a closing statement of sorts from Kamala Harris, the vice president who wants to be president of the United States, making what couldn't be a starker contrast between how she will handle being president even to Trump supporters, in direct contrast to the things Trump has said about Kamala Harris supporters if he were to become president. But the contrasts were bigger than that, and we're going to look at a few clips here. I think this was a very good speech. Contrast on policy, contrast on character, a defense of American democracy and our freedoms, attempting to take back what Republicans have claimed a monopoly on for so long, which is that they are the party of liberty and they are the party of freedom. And it's simply not the case. We've seen it firsthand over the last decade, and Kamala Harris doing a good job at drawing a distinction there. And once again, I know it's almost cliche to say this at this point, but laying out a positive vision for America, not just for the people who vote for Kamala Harris, but also for the people who don't. And that's where I want to start. And we're going to talk about the asymmetry of this in a moment. Kamala Harris saying, even if you don't vote for me, I'm still going to treat you well, essentially.
The drive to protect hardworking Americans who aren't always seen or heard and deserve a voice. And I will tell you that is the kind of president I will be. And look, I'll be honest with you, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. But here's what I promise you. I will always listen to you, even if you don't vote for me. I will always tell you the truth, even if it is difficult to hear. I will work every day to build consensus and reach compromise to get things done. And if you give me the chance to fight on your behalf, there is nothing in the world that will stand in my way.
I want to talk about the bigger issue here because, yeah, I mean, it's smart to extend an olive branch to Trump supporters, but there's actually a lot more to this. And I want to talk about an asymmetry that doesn't have so much to do with individuals, but it does have to do with what we're seeing with the Washington Post and Blue Origin and Elon Musk and all sorts of large companies. There is a reality where if you as a prominent figure, if you as one of the wealthiest people in this country or as the CEO of a big corporation, if you publicly come out in favor of Trump and Kamala Harris wins, we all know Kamala Harris is not going to go after you. She's not going to go after you politically. She's not going to direct the Justice Department to try to go after you in a legal or criminal sense. You're not going to be targeted in terms of Kamala Harris will try to hurt your business. We all know that if you come out and you go, I support Trump, whether you're Kid Rock or whether you are Elon Musk or whatever, Kamala Harris is not going to come in and target you for retribution. On the other hand, we all know, because he tried it and because he says it, that if you come out and you say, I am for Kamala Harris and Trump wins, Trump might go after you. Trump might go after you through the Justice Department. Trump might go after you with sanctions or regulations. Trump might go after you in a public-facing PR campaign. And so there is this asymmetry at that top level. Now, at a lower level, as Kamala Harris is addressing here, even if you vote for Trump, I'm not going to target you. I'm not going to ostracize you. I'm not going to alienate you because I'm going to be president for all Americans, because I would be the president of the United States of America, not the president of the Democrats in the United States of America or whatever. And I think that this is a critical distinction given the things that Donald Trump has been saying. Now, she did not mince words during this record audience speech when it comes to the view of global leadership about Donald Trump. Let's listen to that.
Look, world leaders think that Donald Trump is an easy mark, easy to manipulate with flattery or favor. And you can believe that autocrats like Putin and Kim Jong-un are rooting for him in this election. I will always uphold our security, advance our national interest, and ensure that the United States of America remains, as we must forever be, a champion of liberty around the world.
We don't know, or let me put it a different way. I have no confidence that Donald Trump would act in the best interests of the country. Donald Trump would act in the best interests of himself. And if that happens to align with the better interests of a foreign nation over the United States, he won't hesitate. And we know because he's done it before. Kamala Harris also laying out that the United States shouldn't be a vessel for the schemes of other dictators. Again, getting to the same idea of whose best interests or whose interests at all would Trump have in mind as he makes decisions.
I see it in the women who refuse to accept a future without reproductive freedom. And the men who support them. I see it in Republicans who have never voted for a Democrat before, but have put the Constitution of the United States over party. I've seen it in Americans different in many respects, but united in our pursuit of freedom, our belief in fairness and decency, and our faith in a better future. America, I know the vast majority of us have so much more in common than what separates us. I know it. And that's why I am in this race, to fight for the people, just like I always have.
This was a very good speech overall, and Kamala Harris closing it out by saying it is time, sort of her closing statement here.
Those who came before us, the patriots at Normandy and Selma, Seneca Falls and Stonewall, on farmlands and factory floors, they did not struggle, sacrifice, and lay down their lives only to see us cede our fundamental freedoms. They didn't do that only to see us submit to the will of another petty tyrant. These United States of America, we are not a vessel for the schemes of wannabe dictators.
Okay, and then now we're picking up on the earlier clip. So bottom line with this speech, if what you care about is crowd size, well, she has Trump beat 75,000 people. If what you wanted to see was in contrast to Trump's direct attacks and threats at Harris supporters, how would she deal with the supporters of Trump? Very harsh words about Trump himself, but saying, even if you don't vote for me, I'm going to be your president too. And overall, a really good speech. Now, will any one thing be enough? We just don't know. But one thing we can be sure of is that whatever the results, Trump will claim fraud. And the reason we know that is he's already doing it. Let's talk about that next. One of our sponsors today is Zippix Nicotine Toothpicks. Zippix brings you a convenient alternative to smoking and vaping. And the vape clouds, the ashtrays, the thing in your lip that people can see. I've seen that around. This is an easier and less messy way to curb the cravings, and you can use Zippix just about anywhere. Zippix is available in 6 flavors with 2 or 3 milligram strength. The nicotine and the flavor are long-lasting, and Zippix has helped countless people kick the bad habits, and they are bad habits. Zippix toothpicks are FDA registered. Their customer service is second to none. It is one of the most cost-effective alternatives. Also, check out their B12 and caffeine toothpicks. See for yourself why so many people have switched to Zippix toothpicks. You can only get Zippix online. Go to zippixtoothpicks.com today. Save 10% with the code PACMAN10 at checkout. Just remember, you must be 21 or older to order. The link is down below.